Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is The Walking Dead Deluxe number 16, the latest release for the comic series. This is a really interesting series, at least issue for the series. Really brutal, and you can kind of see why they didn't adapt this particular arc for the television series. It's written by Robert Kirkman, art by Charlie Adlard, color by Dave McCaig, lettering by Rus Wooton. For those who don't know, Walking Dead Deluxe is the original series just done in color. They have colorized it and are releasing it issue by issue every other week, which is pretty awesome. It allows us to go back and explore the series like it originally came out. There's also some extras in it, which I think is actually pretty cool, and the extras tend to be notes of Kirkman about, his original notes for the comic and then his thoughts about that. So this is an issue that, like the previous issue ended, we had 2 more murders in the prison, and Rick went in to go deal with Zombie Shane. Rick is back, and and Tyrese went nuts and fought a room full of zombies and was locked in there. So this is the issue of like all that fallout. Trust is not present between Rick and all his people and the inmates. We got a lot of bodies piled up, a lot of brutal stuff. And, this is an issue where the pacing is really picked up, and it kind of feels like this is the transition between that, first couple arcs and then what the series kind of morphed into, the wild ride that the series eventually morphed into. And with this, the bodies are piling up, we got a lot of mistrust, there's tons of blood and gore and crazy stuff with zombies. It really is kind of like starting to encapsulate a lot of kind of like the core of The Walking Dead. The story's really about the characters within the zombies, but it's really about the crazy stuff those characters go through, and how they come out the other side either stronger or, let's face it, dead. A lot of them dead. So this is a really interesting issue. I think what's really more impressive is that Kirkman doesn't play out who the killer is. Like, end of this issue, we know exactly who is behind the beheadings and the murders. So to that, I get to give him props. I think a lot of other creators would have pulled that one out for an arc, but no, he gets right to the point, which is to me pretty freaking awesome. It's a solid issue. I mean, the other thing is, I think it's really great is that we start seeing, I think the art starts coming together a little bit better. He even makes a comment in the back that this is where Charlie Adler really starts kind of getting into his groove and making the comic his own. And the other is the color. I think, my concerns with the color of the gore and the blood and all that looking a little silly. I think this issue really kind of starts putting this and the previous one really start putting that as not something to worry about. It works and works really well. So yeah, it's an interesting one to read Kirkman's notes. He talks about how they didn't adapt this for the television series, and he just thinks it's we're not going to show that page, but we'll show off, I guess, this a little bit. He just thought it was a little bit too brutal for the series itself, and something that the creators were like, yeah, Herschel's lost a lot of people. It's kind of pretty bad to lose so many more in such quick succession. It's interesting to see Kirkman's notes, and when I read it, I'm just like, wow, it's a lot of death, and this is a pretty brutal thing. I think it would have turned off a lot of viewers if it was actually adapted for television. So you kind of see why they avoided the general gist of this. Interesting issue. It really picks stuff up, and I'm kind of impressed with the fact that it's kind of so much is condensed into one issue. This really is something that would have been stretched out by so many other writers today for the negative, for weaker actual story. Out in comic shops now. If you are a Walking Dead fan, it's really cool to go revisit, plus get the extras. If you've never read The Walking Dead, this is a perfect opportunity to go issue by issue if you want to do that and experience it like it originally was released. As I said, out in shops now. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some affiliate links. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage by doing that. You'll support our site, so thank you. And speaking of support, just watching our videos, you support us, so thank you for that. If you're into comics, if you're into Skybound, if you're into Image, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Till next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.